Hi everyone, this is Monica, and I wanted to share a vision I had back in the beginning of February. It was a night vision, not really a dream, could have been a dream, but I felt like I was awake, but yet having this uh, vision. So to explain it, it started out that I closed my eyes and I asked the Lord that I had wanted a vision because I couldn't sleep that night or a dream, put me to sleep with a dream. And He put me into a vision. And it started out whereas I was underwater. At least it looked that way. I didn't see bubbles or anything. And I was being drawn towards this really dark area, and tentacles started coming out like an octopus, and this mouth opened up and I started being drawn in. And I really wasn't afraid because thinking it's a dream, no big deal. And because I saw teeth around all the way around, but they were far away from me, but I was going through the middle of them. And I was going through the teeth, I realized there was rows and rows of teeth that I was going through. And then I started getting really scared because I didn't know where this was going. Didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel or this throat or whatever it was. So I just immediately stopped myself in this vision and I said, okay, what is this? I'm scared to death. And I heard a voice and I knew it was Jesus. And he said, trust me, just keep going. I've got something to show you. So I start back on this journey again, and I get to a point where I don't know how I get out, but I'm at this cavern. I'm in this cavern, and it's really dark, rocky, slimy, underwater, and it's kind of going downhill. So as I'm walking, I am all alone. It's really black, barely any light. I mean, it's super dim, nothing that I'd ever be comfortable with in real life. And I would stop and just say, Lord, I'm scared. I don't want to do this. I'm really, really scared. And he would say, trust me, I've got something to show you. Keep walking. So I would keep walking. Now, in my mind's eye, it went on for hours and miles. And it would be kind of a different little bit of a terrain. Once in a while, I'll see a little spot of light, but I just kept walking. And I even got to a point where I even saw on the side, I could see that there was a drop off, and I looked over the side, and it was just this huge black abyss. I don't know what other word to use. It was just black. You knew it was deep. And it was just so scary. And again, I would stop and say, okay, Lord, I don't know what's going on. I am so scared. I don't want to be here anymore. And he'd say, trust me, keep walking. I have something to show you. So I would keep walking and kept walking. And finally, I came to a point where there started to glow. I saw a light up ahead, but it was red. And the walls up ahead were glowing red. And I was like, okay, so you taking me to hell? I mean, it's red. Is this hell? Where are we going? And he would say, trust me, keep walking. So I keep walking, and I got by that wall and walked around it and then just kept walking. And finally I got to a point where I looked down and I saw rocks and water, like being at the edge of a lake, and a little bit of lapping, just like you would on a lake. Nothing like the ocean, but a lake. And as I looked up, I could see very dimly across that it was dark water and little pinpoints of light way, way over on the horizon. But I knew it was a very vast amount of water in this cavern. And to my left, I could see these big iron doors that were super thick and everything, and they were cladded like this, like teeth that came together and just came open. And in my mind, I started thinking, okay, I'm in one of those like Roman or Greek movies that used to have, you would stand by the river and wait for, the sticks, and you'd wait for that guy to come in a rowboat and ask for a denarius or whatever, and you'd get in and go and do whatever superhero thing you did back in those movies. But so I kind of waited for that because it was kind of like how I felt. And then those doors opened. And like I said, they were enormous and huge, big metal iron doors. So they opened up, and out of it came this huge fishing vessel, just huge fishing boat. And I could see that it had a big searchlight in the front of it. It wasn't projecting to the sides, but straight ahead. And then I realized it was going straight ahead into another cavern. That's why I wasn't projecting to the sides very much. Straight into another cavern. It was going by, and I looked up at the helm, and there was a little bit of a light up there, but there was nobody there. It didn't stop for me. I instinctively stepped back, thinking the water was going to come rushing at me, but it never did. But Jesus said, "Don't get in the water." He said, "Don't get in the water." So I never did. And then I saw those doors shut. And as I saw those doors shut, I was like, okay. And then Jesus goes, "You need to get in those doors. You need to get over there." So I was like, "But I can't. I'm going to get squished." I mean, they're already starting to shut. And instantly I was kind of vaporized into a mist. And I went through the doors, and I came back on the other side, and I rematerialized back to me. I was like, okay. And that was the end of the first half of the vision. And I laid there, and it kind of like totally woke up, or whatever it was. I came out of it, and it was 2 hours later. I had started about 12:30, and it was about 2:30, and I got up and got some water and came back to bed, and I laid down, and I said, "You can't leave me there, Lord. I want to know. You said you had something to show me. Was that it? The doors, the fishing boat? What was it?" And he instantly took me back in the vision again, and I'm behind those doors, and it's pitch black. I can't see anything. And before, I couldn't sense cold or heat, or even though I knew it was moist, never felt moisture or anything. But now I sensed presence, things around me, but I can't see anything. And then, of course, I'm petrified again. And the Lord goes, "You're on a mission. You need to show them the back door. Trust me, get walking." So I start walking, and it's pitch black. And instinctively, I know to keep my hands and my arms by my side and not touch anything. And I just keep walking, and around me, I can feel presence. I don't know what it is. I'm not scared of them, but I don't know what it is. I just keep walking. And again, it goes on for like miles, but I'm not really walking downhill anymore. It's more flat. And I get to a point where I see a little pin light of light up at the top of that cavern, far, far away, but I can see light, and it's coming through the ceiling of the cavern. So I just make straight for that light. And as I go straight to the light, I realize when I'm looking in the light, everything below it is clean. There's no icky feeling, no like if I touch the walls it's going to be like slimy and everything. It was clean in the light. So I get to the light, and I realize I have to climb out. And so I start climbing slowly but surely, because it's pretty high up there. Start climbing up the rock face to get up to the light. And I get about halfway up, and Jesus says, "You can't go into the full light until you forgive people." And he named off intimate family members, and about 5 of them. And he described what I hadn't forgave them for over the years, that I didn't even realize I was harboring. And so I went through the whole list of them and forgave them and let it go, and just over. And as soon as I was done, he said, "Okay, now you can go into the light." So I kept climbing, and I got up through the hole, and it was on a mountainside, on the side of a mountain. And all of a sudden I can see the backside of me walking away. I climbed through, there was grass, and it was a little bit of a path across the side of the mountain. And I was walking away into the light, into the sun. I would say Jesus, the sun, but I was just walking towards the light on this path. And I couldn't see the hole in the ground except for the very bottom edge of it. And as I was walking away, all of a sudden this big black kind of ugly catfish kind of looking weird thing came out, and it was all black, and it just died. It fell on the ground right outside the hole and died. And then this murkiness, this black murkiness, started just coming over the mountainside down the hole. And what I was being led to believe is that it was just all of that unforgiveness junk that I was hoping those that were following me, because I was supposed to show them the back door, were letting it go. All that stuff was just all that unforgiveness, all that gunk that we just hold on to. And it was just flowing away as we were walking towards the light. So it was just, it was such a picture of how much unforgiveness is what we have to do to be pure and holy in God. Unforgiveness is the major number one thing. And even Nicole said just a couple of weeks ago that she had had a bunch of people, or a few people, come to her and say that they had been led to have to forgive people. And I had told her this vision and everything. So it's been confirmed that there is a call, there is a clarion call to forgive. Because Jesus said, if you can't come with unforgiveness, because then the Lord can't forgive you, Father can't forgive you. So I am just, with all my heart, trying very hard to walk in forgiveness of everyone. And every day I ask the Lord to show me where I'm harboring unforgiveness, because it's not worth it. I want to be in the light, and I just want that clean feeling that I felt after I came out of that hole. I felt it. I felt light. I felt pure. It was just a great feeling. So I wanted to share this vision with you, and thank you.